everybody. This is Jackson, captain of the Pimps, and with my friend Jules.
What's up? What's up?
We are here to commentate a battle between myself versus the House of Commons, Robbie. There are going to be three large factors in this battle. Jules, why don't you tell us what those factors are?
Yeah. So, I'm here for the analysis here, fellas. Okay, we got some crazy stuff going on in this battle. Unaware Quagsire. Okay, this Pokemon on Robbie's team is gonna wall he walls like half your Pokemon. All right, this is a priority for you. You're probably a little scared of this Pokemon going in this battle, right? I mean,
my team is full. My team is basically wall breakers, 2 wall breakers, and setup sweepers. And those setup sweepers are not going to be able to set up on top of that Quagsire. You build that Quagsire defensively, it's going to be a real tough time for my Scizor and my Salamence to get through.
Yeah, he's got to protect that Quagsire like it's his lunch money. Okay, he's got to hold it close, not let Jackson take it. Big bully.
Chomping at the bit, though.
Yeah. He's coming for it. But yeah, anyway, we also got the big thing about this Jackson's team. Pretty top heavy. All right, got a lot of point differential here. So
I do a little thing called drafting good Pokemon only and drafting jitters.
Yeah. I respect it. This is what I like. I tried to do this. I tried to do this like the last 2 seasons, and
it works sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you've gone to the semifinals like every season, like
I'm a bridesmaid, never a bride.
True.
I've never gotten to finals, unfortunately. I do pretty well in semifinals. Jules and I have pretty similar records where I think Jules is better than me personally. But,
wow. Well, thank God this is on recording.
Yeah.
Easy.
True. But yeah, so the thing here is, this season, actually, to be honest, most seasons, I like to build a really top-heavy team. I think getting through those first, we're only doing, I believe it's 4 battles of one team. Getting through those first 4 battles, no problem with a good top-heavy team, and then being able to rearrange your team with free agency trades after that, I think is a pretty good strategy. It's worked pretty well for me in the past, but there is a big downside to it. Robbie really likes to go spread.
Yeah, he picks
spread thin.
Yeah, and Robbie challenge, don't pick like 6-8 point Pokemon. Impossible. Okay,
Impossible.
Every season it's gonna be, you're jumbled like pretty good Pokemon, but you're not gonna have. Maybe you'll have one Pokemon that's insane. Like last season, he had a Victini that you're like scared of every week, and this season it's Mew. Right? He has the big Mew. He has the big Mega Altair. Well, your Mega's always gonna be good, and then he's got the rest of his Pokemon, which are not too valuable, but they're pretty good. And so he's looking to flex like in those weeks where you're playing 2 battles, he can 2-0 you. Where Jackson, it's probably looking like a 1-1, like almost for sure a 1-1.
It's almost for sure a 1-1 in those battles, but you're not going negative in that sense.
Yeah.
That's my point of view there. But Robbie's team this season, Robbie always drafts really good low tier picks. He's really good at finding diamonds in the rough. Kecleon, a classic. I'm really looking at Hariyama this season. Hariyama last season was piloted by Jason. Fantastic showing. And I'm really hoping Robbie does really well with it this season.
Yeah, Kecleon is like, it's one of those Pokemon. I mean, it's his team logo. Like this is a Mon he brought to week 1. He didn't. Let's be honest. He didn't need to bring it to week 1. Okay, I didn't look at the week 1 matchup too much. But this Pokemon, how many points is it? I don't know.
It's 2.
It's 2 points.
Plus tier.
But Robbie loves using this Pokemon. He slaps an Assault Vest on it, and he gets like flexibility. He like traps a Pokemon. He has like he usually he can tech it for a specific Pokemon that it beats or something. So, you always got to look out for the Kecleon. But we also want to talk. I don't know if you wanted to cover something else, but we can talk about the you know, how you
Yeah.
guys scrim all the time, basically. Like, we want to talk about that.
Robbie loves to challenge people, and I don't know if it's just me. It might be a pride point. I haven't lost to Robbie in a while, and last season we came off. I beat him 2-0 in playoffs, and so for this basically that month stretch of us building teams, we scrimmed almost every single day. We're very familiar with each other's teams. And I can tell you that Chatot is very scary. It's a 1-point Pokemon, but it's kind of a boom burst from that is, you know, it's pretty good for 1 point. Let's see. I'm also looking out for that Miltank. Miltank is also a scary Pokemon in this team. Roserade, insane special attack, great special attacker on his team. His team is looking. I'm really interested in this team.
Yeah, and he can build it, like, you know, when you're facing him in week 1 that he has flexibility, right? He can build it however he wants, so you don't necessarily know what you're facing, which is kind of scary, right?
Versus me, I'm known for bringing one team.
Yeah.
Not changing any Pokemon on my team. It's a big detriment for me, but that's how I play the game.
That's the downside of I mean, I've done it the past 2 seasons, stacking one team, but they know what you're going to bring week 1 a little bit. But anyway, and then going on, we mentioned the threats on Robbie's team, right? The unaware Quagsire. Jackson, you had to figure out a way to break through that. But on Jackson's team, obviously, it's because there's so many of these setup sweepers that, like, Salamence can sweep if something... couple things are out of the way. Scizor, maybe a little harder to sweep, but it's still there. Well, Robbie has the same thing on the other side. He has Mega Altaria in the back. Might be running a Dragon Dance set, but to counter that, you know,
I have Mega Scizor. Scizor has Technician plus an insane attack stat, as well as Bullet Punch. It will one-shot Mega Altaria if he isn't going the
defensive set.
The defensive, the defensive set.
And then Robbie also Solipede, I was going to mention. That's his other setup guy.
Yeah, Scolipede, it gets speed boost, fantastic ability. You protect, speed boost, Swords Dance. If you bring it out on something, you get a speed boost and a Swords Dance off. That is a real threat in 1 turn.
Yeah.
It's a real threat.
Especially against your team, it's actually pretty good because of his stab. Usually Solipede's stab sucks, but with the ground type coverage that it can get through after a couple boosts. If it gets rid of Mega Scizor, it can get through anything basically after speed boost. So it's
true.
Conserving that Mega Scizor is definitely important. And then there's also the Magneton we might want to mention, right? That might try to trap the Scizor. So when you're watching the battle, we're gonna mention it too. If Jackson's, you know, if your Mega Scizor is ever out, you know, you gotta be careful. So
it's scary. It's scary.
Yeah.
My team. Let's go over my team just a little bit. I have Primarina, fantastic wall breaker. It was the star of Jack's team last season, and I definitely think it's my favorite Pokemon on my team. That is what's gonna. That's my through line. You know, that's what's going to be able to kill that Quagsire. And he needs something. I don't even need a special effective, like a super effective move.
No.
I just use Moonblast.
Or Hydro Pump.
Or Hydro Pump. Right. Anything on that thing is going to kill that Quagsire, which is kind of worrying for Robbie. I also, Muckalola is a great counter to Mew. Pursuit Trapper Muckalola is fantastic. Basically, I'm just going to want to be able to get rid of his bulky Pokemon, set up on one of his lesser Pokemon. If he brings, you know, we never know what Robbie's going to bring. He could bring Miltank, he could bring Kecleon, Roserade, Spiritomb. I want to set up on something that's not going to kill my sweepers, and then I want to finish out the game. But yeah, so this is a bit of a grudge match. The 2-0 playoff. Robbie's coming to beat me. Robbie has everything to win. I have everything to lose.
I like that.
This is going to be a fun battle.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, should we get into the battle now?
Let's get into the battle.
Okay.
All right, so in this battle, Robbie starts out with a Hariyama, and I bring out Jesse the Lycanroc.
Not actually named after Jesse Pinkman, believe it or not. It's actually my old
No.
dog. I think. I mean, I assume that's it. Maybe it's a double name, but.
It's your dog.
Oh.
Stealth Rocks from me. I'd like to get chip up. That's a weird thing in this league. Not many people like to get chip up. I think it's really strange, and I think it's a real weakness of some of the players in this league. But that's
Yeah, I mean, trading the Stealth Rocks for Pokemon, kind of rough, but if you set up correctly and don't give them a time to defog, the rocks are going to do work for sure.
And that's where this defensive Quagsire comes in, stopping me from... I'm really worried about an Ice Beam here, so I switch out.
That's fair. On the recover, good predict, some would say. Because he switches out because this Primarine is nasty. Destroys his whole team. As we're about to see, fucking... Oh! Huge damage. I don't know. I assume that's not Assault Vested, or maybe it is. I mean, this is Specs Primarina we're talking about.
Yeah, Robbie loves to run Assault Vest. We all know that.
Yep, yep.
Better Call Skull. My favorite name out of Robbie's.
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty good. I mean, if you couldn't tell, Jackson's a bit of a... Breaking Bad enjoyer.
I'm a Breaking Bad enjoyer. Kim Wexler.
Oh god. He gets some good chip here, and then Robbie, I don't know what he's doing there. He should have calced that one. I mean, I love Robbie, but Mega Scissor, this Pokemon's a beast, and it's gonna hard wall.
That's where the scrims come in. I knew that guy didn't have a fire type move. I don't really do any research, so I kind of just fly by the seat of my pants. Big U-turn.
Yeah, actually huge damage with that U-turn. You forget how Mega Scissor, I forget how powerful Mega Scissor is just with the U-turn, but that's a nice predict though, because he's gonna need all the damage he can get on this Primarina. And then I guess it's not a predict. It still would have done huge damage, but that is unfortunate miss. And then that protect might have honestly cost him a lot here.
We're just trying to get rid of the Eviolite right here. Getting rid of that Eviolite is really important on those pre-evolutions. And we knock them off. And now this isn't something you see in the Smog and said, I love to run Shadow Sneak. Often, I feel with Muckalola it doesn't get the Pokemon fully down. And with that extra amount of priority, nobody's expecting it. It's really nice in my opinion. Back into this for the third time this battle.
Yeah, and again he hits you with the Earthquake, but oh my god!
Moonblast.
That's dirty. And now the Quagsire's down, and if Robbie doesn't play this exactly, if he doesn't play this perfectly, it's a wrap.
And that's what we needed.
A good switch into Mega Scissor there.
Fake Out really good on Hariyama. It's you've only seen it used against something that's resistant, but
that Fire Punch was nasty.
Really, really unfortunate right there.
And now the question is right here: does he have Ice Punch? Because otherwise, this is Dragon Dancing. Is the Ice Punch coming? It's a Thunder Punch, and that might be game right there. That might be game.
No, nothing with Unaware to stop this, and it's got Moxie.
And here comes the Moxie. Yep, here comes the Moxie. I don't think anything can tank this at this point, unless there's just I think it's a wrap. Unless the Dual Wing Beam miss comes.
Oh,
it's over.
Don't even mention it. Don't even.
Well, that might be a little bit of a spoiler, coming soon. Dual Wing Beat the movie, okay?
Oh.
And then the Earthquake finished it off.
All right. Well, fortunately, Robbie didn't beat me in this battle. It wasn't the worst showing. I'm excited to see how he does the rest of the season, though, and I'm very worried about myself. So there we go. That has been the House of Commons versus the Pimps.
Week 2 battle. Yeah, thanks, guys.